Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Aaron here from Honda Pilot Overland. Today I'm really excited to announce our upcoming trip to Colorado. Not this weekend, but next weekend. We are going to be heading up to Colorado Springs to join some other YouTubers in a collaboration effort and an awesome off-roading adventure. We're going to be doing our longest overland trip yet, and we're really excited. And basically I've been working really hard to get the Pilot ready for this trip. I'm sure you guys have seen the head gasket repair, the rock sliders, my wind fairing that I built, and yeah, it's all for a reason. We're heading up to Colorado and I just needed to make sure it was ready. So right now I just kind of wanted to do a walk around with you to kind of show you guys where the Pilot's at. We've got our winch up front with that custom front hitch receiver that helps gain, you know, a bunch of clearance in the front. Because if you go with the stock hitch receiver, front hitch receiver, it hangs down low below the bumper here, and it reduces clearance, and also I don't think it's quite as strong as what I built. So we've got that. Of course, we've got our good old trusty skid plate. It survived Uwharrie National Park, took quite a few hits, got some real serious gouges, but it's still holding in there. I really wanted to replace my power steering rack. I've actually got a replacement hanging in my garage, for those of you who follow the channel. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have enough time to do that. And I'm not looking forward to dropping the subframe right before a trip like this. Heaven forbid I run into a seized bolt or something like that, or can't get something to go back up. So I think we're gonna wait till after the trip to do that. Up top, we got our new wind fairing. And now I've finally got my boxes back up there, and I think they all fit together very nicely. We have yet to see if the wind fairing is gonna, you know, produce any real-world mileage gains, but hopefully it does, especially over our trip to Colorado, which is over, you know, 3,000 miles round trip. Of course, we've got our awesome mud terrain Yokohama Geolander mud terrains, the G003s. They did awesome in Uwharrie, and I'm hoping they'll do awesome here in Colorado. So here's the rock slider. In the build video, I didn't really, you know, show off the aesthetics of it, but as you can see here, it turned out really good. The joint where I did the Bondo turned out really good. You can just barely tell that something happened there. Another thing that turned out really cool is that the bracket actually met where the joint is in the middle of the bracket, so it's actually welded on both sides. It should strengthen it up pretty good. If you look underneath the vehicle, you can see that it doesn't affect clearance in a real negative way at all. I mean, obviously I have material where there wasn't material before, so that affects clearance, but if you're gonna hit something, you may as well hit some rock sliders, right? We've still got, what do we have? We have, wow, there's a jet coming. Bear with me a moment, guys. I received some awesome news today. My flat-out suspension front struts are in the mail. They should be here early enough next week that I might be able to get them on in time for the trip. If you look at the Pilot and how it sits, I've got, I mean, it's 2.5-inch lift spacers front and back. But I have the air springs in the back that allow me to adjust the height in the rear. Right now it's, you know, got about 20 PSI. It's sitting kind of middle height. But my front end has been a little low. Like when we've gone to Uwharrie, it's just sitting a little low. My skid plate height in the front is less than 12 inches. I think it's right at 11 inches. And we've got, you know, a pretty aggressive forward rake going on right now. And I'm really hoping that with the flat out struts that I'm getting, that I'll be able to level that out. Now, I'm dealing with, as you guys know with my build, I'm dealing with limitations of, you know, body geometry and stuff, the suspension geometry. Technically, because I have 2.5-inch lift spacers in, and I've got some cutting board plastic on top of that, technically I'm already lifted higher than it's supposed to be without a subframe drop. I haven't really been experiencing, you know, any ultra rapid, you know, axle wear or anything like that. But the front is clearly lower than the back, and I mean, obviously the front is the area where the axles wear the fastest because of the turning. But when I get the flat out suspension struts, they're going to be adjustable coilovers, and I'm gonna be able to actually tune the front. If I get them on before the trip, I'm planning on adjusting my skid plate to where it's at 12 inches off the ground and then just kind of rolling with it. I might need to pick up some spare axles just in case they bite the dust, but I'm really excited about being able to level out the vehicle and get it up off the ground just a little bit more in the front. The rear has been really good. The clearance has been awesome. But yeah, so that's huge news. The channel's doing really well, and I'm really enjoying all of your guys' comments. It seems like you guys enjoy my crazy adventures in my Pilot and watching me build this thing to do what it shouldn't do. I really enjoyed being the underdog in Uwharrie, and I really enjoyed not only just being the underdog, but being able to make it over obstacles that people didn't think I would be able to make it over. And there was a lot of enjoyment there, and I had a lot of fun. I'm going to continue building this Pilot up with the rock sliders and some of the other things I've done. I've definitely committed to this particular Pilot itself, the body. For a little while, I was thinking about buying a Pilot that was in, real mint condition with low miles, and then kind of transferring my mods over. But at this point, I don't think it would take so much time to transfer the mods. I still might pick up a second first-gen Pilot at some point, because obviously if this one dies, the channel kind of dies. The head gasket there was a close call. Pleased to report I've got over 100 miles on it so far. It seems like it's running really well. We'll see how it does going to Florence this weekend and then Colorado the next week. But obviously I'll keep you posted with the videos. And yeah, so I'm just having a blast. Thank you for all your support. There's a couple of different ways to support me down in the comments below, but and if you're interested in that, check them out. Patreon, my Amazon store, different things like that. But just watching it and sharing these videos really helps me out. I really am having a blast. Thank you guys for your support. Have a great day.